No. Oh, we got him.
Yeah,
Thank God.
It's over, guys.
It's over. It's the 14th, finally.
Jason is no more.
So why are we doing this?
Copyright Paramount Pictures, 1988. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another iteration of Halloweenfest. So this is sort of a Halloweenfest tradition where we experience a Friday the 13th. But the service game that Elliot demonstrated once years ago and then again 2 years ago, it's just kind of old news. It's old school.
Dead.
It's deader than water. So I figured let's play another deader than water version of Friday the 13th.
Oh, it's because it's a lake.
Yeah.
My favorite Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah. So this is Friday the 13th for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Published by LJN, developed by Atlas.
Weirdly enough.
Finding out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was developed by Atlas. This was released in 1988. I believe this was around, in 1988, this was around, what, the fourth, fifth movie?
No, because on the cover it shows Part 7, Jason.
Part 7?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, wait.
They were already at 7.
Is there any chance
I'm checking.
that Part 7, Jason, was stolen from the cover of this game?
I doubt that. I don't know.
7 was He Takes Manhattan, right?
That's 8. That was 8.
No, that was 8. 7 was... God, I don't know.
Okay,
after the...
so this came out.
Rebirth.
This game came out in '89.
89, sorry.
Wait,
No, I thought it was 88.
it was released in '89.
Yeah.
Without my eyes, it looks like it says change, piss, cure, take.
Well, you got 3 of those words right, except for piss.
Yeah, take was wrong.
It's actually
It says
take.
take, yes. No, that says
So
pass.
okay,
so let's
you're
get in.
You're trying to hide from
Let-
Jason.
hold on.
Let me explain the mechanics of the game as we're getting into.
I was just gonna say,
hang on.
Holmes.
Yeah. No. So, all right. So, in Friday the 13th, the name of the game is to defeat Jason 3 separate times in 3 separate days. You advance days when you defeat Jason. You got to do that 3 times, and you win the game. You have 6 camp counselors at your disposal. You have George, you have Paul, John, Ringo. Oh, no. You have George, Paul, Mark. And then you have
Jermaine,
Chrissy, Laura, and Debbie.
Jermaine,
Okay.
Tito.
Not the Jackson 5, Elliot.
It's
They
3
wouldn't do
dudes,
much.
3 girls, and you're in Camp Crystal Lake in Jersey. I think it's in Jersey. You got big cabins and you got small cabins, and there are children's cabins by the lake in the center of the map. What you have to do is that you have to essentially build your defenses. You have to find the tools and weapons and items necessary to take on Jason directly in battle so that you drain all of his HP. He goes down for the day, and then you do it again the next day, and then you do it again the day after, but he's much tougher and he's faster, and it's a lot of shit.
So begs the question of why don't you just hightail it out of here in the broad daylight before you
Because
can go?
Jason is... So this kind of goes into something that is out of character for Jason in this game. Because... as soon as you begin the game, when you start listening to like the 2-second loop that is this game's soundtrack, you'll start hearing the Jason alarm, the beep beep.
Yeah.
That means Jason is actively attacking somebody. It could be the camp counselors, or it could be one of the children by the lake. And that's where my problem is. As a somewhat knower of Friday the 13th lore, Jason does not attack children.
No.
He attacks camp
yeah.
counselors. He attacks
Yeah.
adults. He attacks those that had the crime to commit sex in a campsite. But he does not attack children. In this game, he kills kids. Your kids, the kid marker on the top left there, the children 15, that lets you know how many children are left.
Oh.
It acts as a sort of makeshift countdown, because whenever Jason successfully kills kids, he kills them in groups of 5. So you cannot allow him to successfully kill groups of 5 kids 3 times, otherwise it's game over.
You're fired.
There are multiple ways of it. Yeah, you suck at your job. Get the fuck out.
I mean, yeah, let's be real.
So
Get out, Debbie.
But that's if
It was Paul's fault.
But that's if Jason decides to attack the kids. He can also just attack one of the camp counselors. So you got 6 camp counselors, and they're stationed in 6 different cabins across the map. You can press pause. You can check the map at any time when you're inside of a cabin, and you can freely switch to any of the camp counselors so that you can strategically plan where to go in case Jason is attacking somebody. Say, like, if in the Northwest, Jason's attacking somebody, and, Mark just happens to be there, you can go switch to Mark and have him deal with stuff. Unfortunately, your default equipment is non-existent. Everybody is equipped with pebbles. and you throw them at a really weird upwards arc.
Yeah.
Which makes sense considering, this location and where you're at, even if it
Yeah,
sucks.
but like, I don't lob rocks though.
Yeah.
I like to throw rocks.
Yeah,
Like, and a rock. I'll meet Matt half and half here.
Yeah.
When you throw a rock, it does go on an arc, but not on a really high arc. If I'm aiming to hit somebody like dead set, I'm going right for the fucking gut.
Yeah.
But everybody lobs rocks in this game.
Yeah,
And-
I would accept it if it was the kids you were playing as. But
Yeah.
you're the camp counselor.
Yeah, you're the camp counselors. You should. Where's the piece?
Lobbing, like you're playing softball with Jason.
Your default weapons in this game.
Oh my
shit.
god,
Your default weapons in this game are rocks.
these
And
movies were terrible.
to get into the gameplay loop of how you're intended to play this game is that when you start the game up, the game will, in the only time it gives you any sort of hint on what to do, will tell you that you use the torch to light up fireplaces inside the big cabins.
Yes.
This is a lie. You do not use the torch to light
Use
up
the lighter.
fireplaces. You use the lighter. Now, how do you get the lighter to spawn? You got to kill 3 zombies. You kill 3 zombies, the lighter spawns the next time you jump. You use the lighter to light up fireplaces. Then what's the point of lighting up fireplaces? You light up fireplaces so that you eventually get the flashlight. What's the flashlight do? The flashlight lightens.
That fucked me up for a second there.
It brightens up the cavern so that you can see hidden pathways so that you can find Pamela Voorhees' head easier.
Yeah.
However, if you know where the secret path is,
He's like, dude.
if you know where the secret path is,
What the fuck?
you do not need to. The fireplaces. I'm going to tell you right now, the fireplaces are completely irrelevant to the journey. You do not need to light the fireplaces. You don't need the flashlight. If you know exactly where the hidden path is, which is I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to get to later. You do not bother with the fireplaces. The fireplaces only exist to get you their flashlight.
Dear
That is
Lord.
literally it.
Dear Lord, we're running out of children. we're losing
shit.
one per second.
Hey, he has a machete? Shit.
So outside of that, use the lighter with the fireplaces. That's irrelevant. You don't need to worry about that. But once you start grabbing the lighter, though, other items will start spawning in specific locations when you jump past this point. Again, it's the
Okay.
fucking DuckTales
It's
shit.
DuckTales, yeah.
DuckTales, Ghost, and Goblin stuff. You jump at a specific spot, items will start spawning, and it could be one of several things. It could be a key, which is needed to open a door in a hidden part of the forest, which will help you get other items later down the road. There are these little medicine bottles. They're called vitamins in the game's manual, but they're essentially your health. You consume them when you need to in a cabin. That's what the cure thing is for.
Oh, okay.
Because Tylenol cures
Also,
knife
a
wounds.
neat little thing that the game does do in terms of its combat, if you reach 0 health while you have vitamins on you, you automatically use your vitamins.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's really nice. You don't have to use the items as right then and there. That sort of shit. Then there are weapons. So by default, you have pebbles. That's your default weapon. They are really weak. It takes Jason, I think by day 3, it takes like 160 rocks to kill Jason, which is a lot considering how Jason behaves in the 3rd day. But you can soon start upgrading it. All you gotta do is kill zombies. You kill zombies, and eventually you'll get the knife. The knife can be upgraded to the machete. The machete can be upgraded to the axe. The axe can be upgraded to the torch, which is the second best weapon in the game. And then there's also the pitchfork.
The pitchfork
The
is the one
pitchfork
that I
is something
remember.
that you can only get in day 3. It is the strongest weapon in the game. However, it is also the most inconvenient weapon to get. Most of the time, all the time, you will see people going for the torch because the torch is something you can get in the first minute of gameplay.
Okay.
So when you start the game up, this is the strat. You start the game up, you go to the cabin on the north side of the lake. You get your lighter, you get your knife, you go inside the cabin, you're going to find a note on the floor. It's going to tell you, go to the woods. You go to the woods. You pick up a key along the way, which is, again, kill zombies, jump around until the fucking key shows up. I don't get it. Then you go into the hidden pathway in the woods, use the key to open the door. There's going to be another note on the floor. It says, Jason, fire will damage Jason badly. It was like, okay, cool. He's a
That's what
zombie.
we
that
saw
makes
here
sense.
earlier.
Yeah, that's what makes sense. So now, because you picked up that note that tells you about the fire hint, a torch is now going to magically appear in the other cabin that you went back to.
So it's triggered by the
Yeah, it's
note.
triggered by the
okay.
notes. So you go back to the cabin, you now have a torch in the first minute of the gameplay. It is the second strongest weapon in the game. You're going to be using that primarily for the rest of the game. The torch does a lot of fucking damage to Jason. It's also, it's got a good rate of fire, but that entirely depends on the characters you use too. Because the 6 camp counselors have different stats.
Okay, yeah.
There is their running speed, there's their jump height, and there's their strength in terms of like how much they can throw it at a given point. For all intents and purposes, the only 2 characters you should remotely give a shit about is Mark and Chrissy. Because they have the highest running speed, they have the highest jump speed. Their strength is not the best. I think Paul, is like the strongest thrower. but he's slow as fucking molasses.
Okay.
And in a game like this where you need to book it to a specific campsite when Jason's attacking somebody, you got to get there lickety-split. Because if all the camp counselors are dead, it's a game over.
Yeah.
If Jason manages to wipe out all the kids, it's game over.
So Paul basically is like running with two iron ball and chains
Or
at your
two
ankles.
zombies grabbing his ankles.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
And
You know, that sort of shit.
And I love the idea that like
Yeah.
it's only over if all the kids die. It's like
Yeah.
we can lose some of
we
them.
can lose 14.
Yeah.
15, that's
What's he-
litigation.
What's he saying? Die Hard?
Yeah.
It's like lose 25% of the hostages. Tops.
And now you're fighting Medusa?
That's
No,
Jason's mom.
this is
Christ.
Jason's mom. It's Pamela Voorhees, which was not a thing in the fucking movie.
Yeah, her floating head. I don't remember.
Now there was a disembodied. There was a decapitated head
Yep.
that Jason kept at a shrine.
Part 2.
Sure, in part 2. And you know that's what it's in reference to. This is also
And
in
the
reference
sweater,
to it.
yeah, the sweater is the armor,
in
right?
Yes, in the movie, the sweater is what was the girl's name in part 2? I don't remember what the girl's name was.
Stabitha.
But Stabitha. Yeah, should have seen it coming. She puts on the sweater to trick Jason into thinking that she's his mother.
Oh,
you know.
okay.
But for video game purposes, Pamela's sweater is the Various suit. It reduces
Yeah.
damage by half, but only one character can hold on to it. It does not matter. I've seen this misinformation here and there once in a while. You do not need to be a woman to whip the sweater. It's whoever can kills the head.
It's unisex.
Yeah, the sweater is unisex. That's all good sweaters should
Yeah.
be.
Speaking of, hey, Chrissy.
Yeah, so I decided to give this... Mark is our VIP for this
Yeah.
playthrough because Mark's the name of my brother.
All right.
And he also, statistically, is just like the best character next to Chrissy. So the reason why he's blinking green and white is because he's got the sweater on. That's a really obnoxious fucking sweater.
It's
It
also
reminds me
weird
of-
that
Yeah, what the hell?
It was pink when I saw it last.
It was pink, but it's actually green and white. It's blinking like Riddler's sweater
it-
in Batman Forever. It keeps him safe while he's jogging at night.
Now, is it supposed to be blinking?
No, it's
or is
blinking.
that
It's a reflector.
It's a blinking light.
reflective vest.
I have played. I'm using an emulator to play this, but I have tested this out on genuine hardware, and it blinks just the same
Okay.
as it does. there.
Really?
Yeah, Jason's mom's high vis vest.
So Jason's mother, Pamela, you can encounter her all 3 days if you want to. You only want, in my opinion, to encounter her on the second day because it's the second day where she drops the sweater. If you
Okay.
kill her in the first day, I think she only gives you the axe, which you don't need because you already have the
Yeah,
torch.
'cause you already got
and
the
the
torch.
torch is much stronger than the axe. The second day, she drops the sweater. If you go and fight her on the third day, she drops the pitchfork. If you already have the torch, I want to say.
Okay.
But I don't know because I never bothered fighting her on the third day.
Oh, it's the Castlevania Flame Whip where you need the Morning Star first.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
So-
exactly like that.
So would it be like you go to the next day and like she's harder to fight?
yeah, she her pattern becomes very erratic, and she does like so like her pattern is very simple. It usually she just dive bombs.
Yeah.
But in later days, she will do multiples at once, and
Right.
she's next to fucking impossible to dodge if you're using anyone outside of Mark and Chrissy. Paul, bless you. Fuck you. You're going to die, Paul, because you just can't juke and jive left and right fast enough. And don't even get me started on George.
It should
but-
be mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, we mean the character Paul, not the Paul that's watching this video. We thank you for watching us.
Hey, Paul!
He's a delightful alien.
But Paul in part 2 is badass.
Well, not in this game. Paul eats shit.
Paul's just ass.
Paul is a pack mule for
Damn.
other items, so we can talk about
Pack
that in
mule
a
Paul.
second too. Can we talk? I want to talk
so
about
they
the.
each have their inventory.
They each have their inventory.
They each have
yes.
their own inventory,
Yeah.
and since you can swap freely between them, it's like you said, you're basically just pack ratting 24
20
items.
other yeah. The only thing you can't pass between characters, unfortunately, are the vitamin bottles.
Damn. Okay.
Those are locked to the character that picks them up.
Oh,
which is
okay.
unfortunate. I really wish you can pass that to other characters. I don't know why you can't. It's like my vitamin bottle. You can't fucking have it. I already breathed on it.
Maybe it's because some of them like Flintstones, some of them like Centrum,
Some of them like gummies.
right?
Fuck
Some of
Paul. I
them
bet Paul likes
gummies.
Centrums. But that goes into the UI, the user interface on the right there. Whenever you're in a cabin, you have a few options. Change is exactly what it sounds like. If there is another camp counselor in the cabin with you, you can change between camp counselors.
Oh,
so that
I
you
was-
can share.
I thought it was you throw coins at.
No, that's that. That's change. And question mark because you're asking for change. Yeah. The pass function, that is how you swap items between camp counselors.
Right. Okay.
So like if you're playing as Mark, right, and you have the torch and that sort of thing, but Mark is low on health, and you want to switch to Chrissy, you choose pass to give him the items, and then you choose change to switch back to Chrissy.
Okay.
That sort of shit. Cure is you're using the vitamin bottles in your inventory on your person to either heal yourself, or you can heal the camp counselor that's in the cabin with you that is currently in need of health.
Okay.
And take is exactly what it sounds like. If there's an item nearby, you use that to take it. Yeah. Very rudimentary.
Do they have
What about
like
the
different?
piss function?
Do they have like
I was
drop
fast. Sorry.
rates or something?
There's no in terms of like what?
Because she just had like 5 lighters. Appear.
No. So the drops are fixed.
Okay.
And I think the table won't rotate until you pick up the lighter, which is why the lighter kept spawning.
Yeah. Okay.
So as soon as
And
I
they
pick
were
up,
spawning
and
fast.
as soon as I pick up one of the 8 Zippo lighters on the road, the lighters then become knives.
Okay.
And that sort of shit. And then after you kill, I think like 100 goons, the machete starts dropping. That sort of thing, which is easier to do than you think because zombies constantly respawn. And all that sort of shit.
Oh yeah, zombies. The
Yeah.
primary thing of Jason movies.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, what's Jason?
yeah, Jason's a zombie. So,
Yes,
like-
but there were also never zombies coming out of the ground, and people he
Yes,
killed
that's
didn't
right.
like if
I
people
believe-
he killed came back to life. I would kind
I
of
believe in
it.
the context of the video game. I don't have the manual on standby.
I don't even have the
The
manual.
zombies are reanimated victims of Jason that Jason's recruiting to give the camp counselor shit.
Who is he? Freddy?
I don't know about the birds, and I don't know about the wolves you run into in the forest, but
Or
they don't show
the
off.
sea monsters under
Or the sea monsters
In
in
the
the
lake.
lake. You know, that sort of shit. Can we talk about that for a second while it's still in my mind? The lake stuff is the most horseshit fucking thing in this game. Because as you've seen repeatedly earlier in this, you guys were reacting to it, Jason can just show up in the fucking lake and ram into the boat. And there's not a goddamn thing you can do about that. Because you can't do anything on the boat except row.
Oh,
You can't
okay.
jump. I mean, you can throw your weapon,
God.
but you can't really hit Jason because he's moving so fast. And the most horseshit thing about that, the only reason why you even go in the lake in the first place is because that's where the children's cabins are.
Oh, okay.
So if he's actively attacking a kid in the cabin, you're gonna row your boat gently down the stream to get to the cabin, and then Jason fucking shows up in the lake anyways. I thought you were in the house. Like, what are you doing?
So
Instant teleportation.
do we think that he's doing that on purpose to get you into the lake?
Oh, as he's doing like beep beep,
Yeah,
like he's
he's-
saying beep beep himself, so
He's
he's
just
like,
saying beep,
and then
beep.
just rams your ass into the damn lake.
He's a river siren.
He's got a little harp.
He's got the mask and like the shell bra, but then the bottom half is still his work pants.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he already looks like a drowned victim because my man is purple in this game.
I thought you were gonna say your mother.
No, he's like, no, Pamela is my mother. But so there, in terms of encountering Jason directly, there are two major means of doing so. We've already seen them multiple times at this point. There is encountering Jason in a cabin, which is a punch-out game. He's got a giant toothbrush.
Yeah.
And he's juking and jiving left and right. The longer the day cycles go, as in like between day 1, day 2, and day 3, Jason gets way faster. And he starts relying more on double punches, in which you have to individually dodge yourself. Because you remember in the original Punch-Out, you had a duck feature.
Yeah, you had side
that
to
sort of
side, and
thing.
you had duck.
But you had some leeway behind that. This game doesn't really do that. If you want to dodge both punches back to back, you got to dodge back to back. In which
Okay.
you have like 2 frames to fucking do that. It is. I'm going to show you in day 3 why this is next to impossible when you're encountering Jason in day 3.
Oh my God.
Because
He's
I
like,
saw you
He's
going.
right behind me, isn't he?
Because like I saw you going through that. It's like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So the second means of fighting Jason is on the road, like because you can run into
Yeah.
Jason along the road. Because Jason does actively travel across the map. He doesn't just appear whenever the fuck he wants to in cabins. He is following a certain pattern that you can discern where he's going based off of like his progression. So if he started like in the northeast and you notice he started attacking the northwest cabin, he's traveling counterclockwise.
Okay.
So if you get the jump on him, you can run into him in the middle of the road, and then you can do the 2D battles, the side-scrolling battles, which are infinitely fucking easier.
Yeah, I saw you
it's-
just wailing on him in the
You
corner.
just fucking wail on him. You're gonna take some damage, but if you're stocked up on vitamins, you can easily tank the hits. Because Jason, strangely enough, doesn't do as much damage in the side-scrolling bits as he does in the punch-out sequences.
That's
It's also
weird.
just a much fucking easier time to kill Jason. Because don't get me wrong, the patterns that Jason follows in the Punch-Out sequences are set. Like, he's always going to do a specific thing depending on the kind of movement he does. Like, for instance, he has what I call slow movements and he has what I call fast movements. Whenever he's doing a fast movement, he's always going to try and do 2 punches, in which you just duck twice to avoid.
Okay.
If it's a slow movement, slow left and right, he's only going to attack you once. Then he's going to come back, attack you once again, come back, attack you once again, and he's going to back up. Your chance to hit him is when he's backing up. You know, if you're dexterous enough to throw a torch,
Dexterous.
whatever, then you can attempt to throw a torch at him as he's recovering.
He's so down on his
It's
luck.
gonna be one of those days.
Oh man,
He's like a prisoner.
said there'd be days like this.
He's like a fresh prisoner, like, oh, here we go again.
Fair change.
But okay, that is the end of day 2. There is one more day left to go.
It looks like he has pajamas on.
Pajamas and a smile on his face.
It's a purple jumpsuit, and his mask is blue.
Which, like, this
oh, health
purple,
reset's good.
this purple
Yes.
Jason has become iconic as the years went by.
Well, yeah, because more people, I think, are getting to it, I guess. Well, they know it for the game that we were playing a couple of years ago. But the people have been revisiting this game like throughout the last couple of years. And I'll be the first to say this game is more mechanically in-depth than I was expecting it to
Yeah.
be. But at the same time, I think
It's all done so poorly.
I think it's not conveyed very well.
Yeah,
Like,
it's basically there's ambition getting hit by the limitations of technology of the time.
exactly as such. Like there are things I do respect about this game in terms of just like how like the sense of progression, like the how items work and what the ultimate goal ends up being. Like, do you want to like try and set up so that you can encounter Jason on the road, or do you want to take him head on in the cabin? And you know, both ways are absolutely viable. It's just that half of the game's mechanics are criminally underutilized because you don't need to do them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, lighting the fireplaces doesn't do anything. The flashlight is completely unnecessary if you know exactly where Pamela's hideout is, and it's always in the same place. It doesn't shift. It's not a traveling caravan. It's always in the exact same place. You know, that sort of shit. There's no reason to go into the forest outside of getting the torch, and there's no reason to go into the cave outside of fighting Pamela. And that's only if you want to like get the sweater.
Honestly, I feel like I've played a game where all these ideas and thoughts have been much more refined and better,
Yeah.
and I really liked it. I just can't think of any.
And there's a reason for it,
Yeah.
because that's the thing. Is like you have to beat Jason. All right, but then there's all this other stuff you can do, and you don't have to do any of
So
it.
this
And
is-
I know that like with first time
He's
you play
fast
it.
as fuck.
So this is day 3, Jason. This is the final encounter with Jason, and this is his default speed in a cabin fight. He is next to fucking impossible to hit.
Yeah,
You
now
not only have 2-3 frames to dodge each hit, he immediately starts moving after he swings. So
Yeah.
if you do not like hit the fucking throw button on the exact frame needed to hit him, it's not going to count. And then sometimes you'll get shit like that where the
Yeah.
hit just ghosts him. Like you saw Collision. You saw the fucking rock hit him, and it didn't do anything.
It looks like he stays. It looks like if you go all the way to the corner, he stays there a
Yeah.
touch longer than necessary, so you
Yeah.
might be able to go there.
And I know some people by asking is like, well, it's because you're using the default rock. Is it because like the rock takes so much like damage, like it doesn't take so many rocks that like start dwindling his health? I assure you, this also happens with the torch.
Okay.
Sometimes hits will just ghost for no fucking reason outside of, you know, it's an NES game. There's only so much collision detection viable on the screen at once.
I mean, is he losing health?
Yeah, if he is, I don't know, because I don't know if what's hurting him. No, I know what's hurting him because he blinks when he gets hurt.
What?
But sometimes
you got hit right there.
Yeah, like these hits are ghosting, dude.
Yeah, you took
Oh,
a
he
hit.
died?
You took
Yeah.
a hit, and you didn't even.
So
get,
what happens
Come on.
when you die? You lose a counselor. You lose all your counselors.
Yeah.
It's game over. So because I don't really fucking feel like playing the game anymore, I decided to switch to Mark. We got the torch, and then I activated the cocaine game GD code. Where I have infinite health. I am done. So I recorded my first playthrough of this game on my Patreon Discord, the Subshack. I am uploading my first take of that games on a separate video in the Patreon. You guys that were in the Patreon watching me know how fucking frustrated I was getting in day 3 because it's just impossible to fucking hit him.
This is plot armor mode.
So you want to encounter Jason on the road. You do not want to fight day 3 Jason in a cabin. It's a miserable fucking time. You count him on the road, you do enough damage, he runs away. But if you immediately follow him, he spawns back immediately after.
Yep.
This is how speedrunners clear the game really fast.
How do you like it?
Yeah.
Runs him down.
Why are you following pursuing me.
You finally managed to defeat Jason, but is he really dead? Or not telling?
Fuck off, dude.
I don't care.
Power. Goes back to Blockbuster.
Man, fuck Atlas, dude.
I don't know. Like, I'm not going to put the blame on Atlas for this one because this was an LJN published game.
Right.
And LJN, everyone knows a story about LJN.
Yeah.
They're not a video game company. They're a toy company. And as a toy company, they have a quota they want to meet every fucking holiday season. Quality assurance, be fucking damned. Get the product out now or you're fired.
Nintendo says we get to make 5 games a year. We're making 5 games a year.
Yes, that's right. All at
I
once.
don't care what
that's what
I don't
it
care
is.
what they are.
But, you know, I'm not going to give Atlas shit for that one. They worked with what they got, and it's Friday the 13th is a bad game.
Yes.
It is not the worst fucking thing I've experienced on the Nintendo.
It's I
I don't know, man. I think there's a few other worse games I think we've done.
I
still don't. I'm sorry, I'll let you go.
I would still prefer Nightmare on Elm Street over this, though.
Well, Nightmare on
personally.
Elm Street, out of the LJN published games that we played, I think is probably the best one. And that was rare.
Considered one
Yeah,
of the best.
that was
developed
rare.
That was developed
Yeah,
by
there was
Rare.
literally only one of them.
Yeah. And we played that game years ago, and we especially with the multiplayer, that game is legitimately good.
Yeah,
It's enjoyable.
Yeah, that one sells. It sells more than this one does, as far as
Like I know, especially when it comes to the LGN stuff, everyone likes to reference the video game nerd and that sort of thing. Like
Taste
and for
the
good
rainbow.
reason. You know, that sort of shit. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because they were the rainbow.
You know, but nothing really beats playing the game for yourself to get a legitimate, concrete opinion on it. And I can say this game's not good. You know, it really is not good, but it is more in depth than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, there's enough mechanics there to make a I feel like if you replaced Jason with monsters are attacking, so it's not just this, because that's part of the problem is it's the same monster over and over again.
Yeah.
If you said, all right, it's a bunch of monsters, so sometimes you kill one on the road, sometimes you kill one in the house, sometimes they're attacking kids, and then you explain the mechanics, you might actually have a decent game there. Like the bones are there. It's just you'll have to rework everything.
But again, there's also, as I said, the limitations of the time.
Yeah,
I said, it's like you got a whole lot of ambition there, and it's like you could see the end path of what they wanted to do, but either time, money, data constraints, whatever, caused them to have to cut the corners in the worst possible way there.
Let's go back to it.
In a weird way, it's kind of like E.T. on the 2600.
No, it ain't.
I'm
E.T. doesn't tell you anything.
Hold on.
okay. I want to hear you because I think I might actually think the same thing as you.
Where you had to pretty much go through these weird kind of you had to meet these weird conditions to get certain items to
almost
do specific
unrelated.
things. Yes.
Yeah. And I see that, and you're saying, Matt, about time constraints and data constraints. I mean, E.T. is the most famous story for that, where the guy had 8 weeks to work on
Not
it or
even,
something.
6 weeks.
Yeah, he had 6 weeks to work on it. You're obviously talking about Atari. So that's another one. I've said the same thing, where I feel like if you took what they were trying to do and you made a semi-mod, Super Nintendo level game, you might actually end up with a pretty decent game. You might end up with something where you say, oh, that's a cool adventure. Let's speed run it and do all
And
of
sure
this
enough,
stuff.
this game came out in '89.
Yeah, right.
Between then and now, there's had to have been several fucking thousand
Evolutions.
games.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Super Mario Bros. Came out in '85.
But Super Mario Bros. Is not Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That's apples and oranges. But either way, this game was a pain in the ass to learn, but I do have somewhat of an appreciation for it after playing it for myself. Yes, I did Game Genie at the end of it. I did cheat.
Yeah.
But that was only because, man, I don't want to waste my fucking time. My patience is only so fucking
I only have so many
thorough.
tears inside me.
There's only so many minutes in a day.
Yeah, and I didn't want to waste my time saying that I beat the last day of Friday the 13th legitimately, because who fucking cares, dude?
Exactly.
Nobody fucking cares. I don't.
Because, I mean, seriously, save some sex for the rest of us.
Please. Anyway, we will see you guys the next Halloweenfest upload. We hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. Have a good night, everybody, and take care.